Welcome to Mommy Business, two full-time moms and full-time business owners who have found themselves professional jugglers of children, work, and life in general who would like to share what they've learned with you. Now, here are the hosts of Mommy Business, Melissa Kay and Jen Ormond.
Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Melissa. How are you today?
Good. We always look at each other like, who's going to say good morning first? Like a dare or a challenge or, I don't know, a race some days. Doing well. Excited for our the second part of our two-part series with our adored orange rhino. We've got Sheila McCraith with us again. For those of you who did not hear yesterday's show, you can find it on our website, mommybusiness.net, if you'd like to listen to that first, and then this one will follow. So we were chatting with Sheila, who, of course, started the Orange Rhino Challenge, theorangerhino.com. She committed herself to 365 days of no yelling. She made it 520 days, and she blogged the heck out of it and built a community of over 50,000 people who need help, want to support people, and it is a really supportive community on Facebook. So check her out. And so when we left off yesterday, Sheila had shared her story of why she only got to 500. I shouldn't say only. She got to day 520 and had a yelling moment. So, you said yesterday, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And I think that should be every mommy's mantra, not just for ourselves, but for our kids. And it applies to everything. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a great mantra, and I'm a perfectionist. Everyone who knows me will tell you that, and it's been really hard for me to let go and realize that mistakes not only are okay, but they're really helpful and they can teach you a lot, and that I'm not going to be perfect. It's impossible, and it's not worth going after. But knowing that every experience I have is moving me towards being who I want to be, and that it's progress, whether it's a good moment or a bad moment, that I can get behind. And that is attainable because every moment is going to be good or bad, no matter what happens. And there's so much to learn. One of the things I say, actually, it's perfect to say this, in my book, like one of the first challenges I give to people is think of that moment when you yelled and don't let it bring you down anymore. Let it inspire you to move forward towards change. And I think that's what mistakes can do. They can help us go to where we want to go.
Well, and there's all that the way of thinking that you can't appreciate good unless you experience bad, and going back to yelling just for that one day helped you to remember and really appreciate where you've been, right?
Yeah, it absolutely did. I mean, I always wondered what was going to happen on the day I finally yelled. Like, would I go back to the old Sheila pre-Orange Rhino Challenge, which would have criticized the heck out of me and yelled at myself and dwelled on it for months? Or would I find out that I really had changed? And I found out that I had. I didn't dwell on that moment. And that in itself is such a gift to my life. The fact that I could let go of that I had progressed enough that perfection and making mistakes didn't bring me down to tears. And that's because of the Orange Rhino Challenge. I mean, learning to not yell was such a life experience that I'm glad I yelled and got caught that one day because of the journey it took me on.
And now are you still tracking days?
I'm not tracking days. I wish I were, because I think it's really powerful to see achievement because it keeps you going on hard days when you're like, I can't do this. You're like, wait a second, I did 33 days. Yes, I can. Or I did 2 moments. I can do a third moment. I'm not formally doing it right now, but in my mind, I am keeping track of how I'm doing and, what days I'm cranky or not cranky. And I'm thinking about my triggers. And some days I track what's going on. Did I yell today? Did I not? Am I cranky because I have my period? Am I cranky because I have too much on my plate? Am I cranky because motherhood is overwhelming? And then I recalibrate as to how I need to move forward and create a plan so that I don't yell.
Well, I would think being in your shoes, taking a peek at what you have created might just be a nice little refresher. So you've got this amazing Facebook site, this fantastic, and I think you used to be in marketing, right? So you've got this beautiful Facebook page, simple and clean and crisp and inspiring. And then along comes this pretty little book deal. How'd that happen?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's so exciting. Let me think. About a year ago, I wrote an article called 10 Things I Learned When I Stopped Yelling at My Kids, and it basically went viral. It was on Huffington Post, and it was on my blog. And I think it resonated with a lot of people because everyone wants to talk yelling. And it actually fell into the hands of my publisher. And they reached out to me and said, we love your tone. You're real. You're honest. You're not judgmental. And we love your story. And we want you to write a guide for other parents so they can, go on their own journeys to yell less and love more.
I would like to personally thank that publisher.
How exciting is that? So did you actually, what were you doing? Did you get a call, an email? Jumping up and down?
It was an email, and I think I didn't do anything because I was so floored.
Oh.
Blown away, because I actually, to tell you how uptight and perfectionist I am, I made a list in high school of things I wanted to achieve while in high school.
Oh.
And one of those things was write a book. And I actually have that piece of paper up in my closet as everyday inspiration. And the fact that I wrote a book, it's a dream come true on so many levels. And it's great that I have a book coming out, but also it's great because I remember how crappy it felt to fall asleep at night having just yelled at my kids. It's the guilt, the tears, and I don't feel that way anymore. And I would do anything to help every other parent out there go to bed feeling better about themselves, because life is hard. We don't need to add any more guilt or frustration to it. And if I can just help and reach one parent to feel better, then it'll be all worth it.
I know that you mean that. Just knowing you for the last year and a half, I know that you mean that. So I'm so excited for you. And I'm excited to dig in a little bit more after this break. Stay with us.
Today's Orange Rhino tip to yell less is keep the yell at bay. Turn around and walk away. It is simple and it works. I truly have found that sometimes just taking a 10-second break is all I need to regroup and not yell.
Hi, I'm here with Jen from Coffee Break Cafe. Jen, I'm addicted to your coffee.
Yeah,
How
she needs
did
to
you
come
do
to
this?
Boston.
I'm addicted myself.
But why is your
You
coffee
didn't yell
so
for a year and a
I use
half.
better beans.
Yeah,
Doesn't
520
everybody
days,
use
no yelling.
Actually, they
Maybe
don't.
that's what
We
my dad-
use certified specialty coffee only.
That's awesome.
What did he say?
Kevin said, I need to get that. I'm sorry, Dan said, I need to get that book for my dad. Daddy Hall, no more yelling.
Papa Hall.
They can't use it.
Big old ball
Specialty
gag.
coffee is, there's only small
That's so
quantities.
awesome.
There's only so much on the planet.
Paint an
available.
orange rhino on his head.
Yeah, just paint a little.
That's
No,
why,
oh my God, Sheila should do
it's
horns.
forced to use,
She like stick on
coffee
orange
that's
horns.
considered commercial grade. It's a
Wouldn't
much
that be so
lower
fun?
grade,
Yeah,
that would
and
be
it's
adorable.
far
Be
cheaper.
a little crazy and silly, but I would
Making
wear it
no
every now and
sense,
then.
but
Thank you, Jen. Coffee
Oh,
Break
yeah.
Cafe, 3 locations in Florida.
That's so funny.
CoffeeBreakCafe.com. Better beans, better coffee.
Yeah, I've actually
Toasty.
been doing really good.
Celebrate family by supporting
No.
Ellie,
I'm not yelling.
a
Yeah.
local
Me too.
nonprofit.
Although this morning I caught myself, it's usually desperation.
The Ellie
For me,
Fund
it's
provides
usually
drugs
like,
for treatment,
I said something,
childcare,
like I'm feeling like we
nutritious
have to
meals,
get out of the house,
and
we're running late, and I have chilled out. Like, I don't
You can
even
help
get
make a difference
super
by
upset about being 10 minutes late for school
visiting
anymore, because it's like, do I want everyone to have a really bad day because I flipped out when we were on time? Or do I want to be 10 minutes late but have my kids feel loved and happy and like me feel like, okay, we're doing all right?
Tardies don't mean anything.
They're in elementary school,
Yeah.
primary school, whatever. No, one of them's a kindergartner, come on.
Yeah.
And actually, she starts later, so she's not typically late. She apologized to Josh this morning as they were getting out of the car. So sorry, Josh. And nobody knew why. And she was like, well, I'm sorry that I made you late.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. So this eyebrow keeps twitching. I don't know if you can see it, but my eye keeps twitching and I keep like touching it, like to make it stop.
Probably from being tired.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure it's from tired. That's what happens when you don't sleep. So I should try to relax for a little bit.
With Pure
A little
Solutions,
later.
you can keep mosquitoes
Take
and
a nap.
ticks away from your outdoor birthday parties,
Power nap.
playtime in the
Half hour.
sandbox, and your next backyard barbecue, without the use of harmful
Power nap in the
pesticides.
car, is that what you
Learn
said?
more
No, just like a
online
half hour.
at
Like
It's so hard to sleep for half an hour. You're listening to Mommy Business. Find us on Facebook and join the discussion. And we're back. That was a very, very silly break, very scattered break. But we're back and we're excited to have Sheila.
Hello.
Hi, Sheila. Thanks for sticking with us. So we've got Sheila McCraith, the Orange Rhino. If you haven't heard of her, stop whatever you're doing, pull over in your car, wherever you are, and look her up, theorangerhino.com, or on Facebook. I like having you in my Facebook feed, personally.
Thank you. I'm glad you can still see me on Facebook. It's tough these days, but I'm glad you can see the little orange rhino pop up.
Yes, that's a whole different show. We could talk about the frustrations of Facebook, but yeah, no, that is I make a habit of liking. Well, I like what you post anyway, so I just naturally hit the like button, but it keeps you in my feed.
It doesn't, though. That's a good point. I haven't seen your stuff come up in a while. I'm gonna have to. I think you have to purposely
like click through a
find
link.
it and like the stuff. I'm sorry, I thought you meant like the page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. So like when she does pop up in my feed, I like the post.
Yeah,
and
if you
so
like my
I'm
content, it
interacting.
helps.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I now that I just looked for it, but I have not seen it, so I'm going to have to go and like everything so that it will show up. That's really annoying, isn't it? Sorry, don't mean to change topics or anything.
You know what? It makes me want to scream.
Yeah.
Because people are like, are you alive? I can't see any of your orange rhino stuff. I really look forward to seeing the orange rhino. So I'm actually contemplating right now other ways that I can get the community going and support people. I do have right now, it's theorangerhino.com/community. And it is case sensitive. I think the C is lowercase. And that's an online forum where people can go and talk about yelling and get support and get new ideas. So I'm looking to ramp that up because you can always go there and always see what's going on.
Right.
And that's something that you already have on there and you can just get to it from your regular website, right? Because I think I saw that. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good idea to bypass Facebook because it's not fair. If a person has liked the business, it's because they want to see what you're writing, but you actually can't see it unless you pay. It's not cool.
Not cool, but if you buy the book, you can read all about it.
Absolutely. and
it's actually funny. When we created the book, I said to them, I want a cover that stands alone so that if no one opens the book because life is too hard to read, they can just leave it on a coffee table and it can be a reminder to not yell. So I'm really excited because I think the cover, it's just very simple and it just says, yell less, love more, end of story.
There we go. I was going to say, get to the name of the book. So, and if you go on Facebook, you can actually see a picture of the actual hardcover book, which I find really, really exciting. So, Yell Less, Love More. Last time we had you on, I was jumbling that up and saying it reverse. So, Yell Less, Love More. I think it's a fantastic thing to just keep saying to yourself over and over all day. And yes, if that was sitting on my coffee table, I would remember on a daily basis as well. So maybe I need 3 copies of your book.
There you go. Absolutely. I'm all for that.
Do you sell posters? You need to sell posters.
It's on my list. I feel like there's so many ways to create support. It's just a matter of getting to them. But it's funny because I love the title. I think it's all about not perfection. But someone's like, love more. I already love my kids. And which is a great point. And really it's about loving everything more. Love the time with your kids more. Love yourself more. Love your life more. Because so much positive comes when the yelling starts cutting down.
So what's the format of the book? Is it very similar to how you do your blog? What can we expect?
It is similar in many ways. I'm actually really excited about the format because I designed it to be user-friendly for parents, knowing that we do not have the time to sit and read. So it's a 30-day guide. Each day starts with a blog, for lack of a better word. It's a short story from either from my life in general or from my journey as the Orange Rhino. And at the end of the story, there's a 2-page spread that has Orange Rhino revelations, followed by suggested actions to follow, and then 3 tips for the day. And the revelations are basically the Cliff Notes. Like, let's say you have no time to read that day, and you're just sitting on the bathroom and you have 2 seconds, just read the 3 bullet points about my main learnings. If you have a little bit more, read the actions. And it's suggested. This is my journey and what worked for me. And a lot of the actions are thought-provoking. Just think about this or write down some thoughts here. And then the tips, it's just different things to try depending on your mood. We created a little system. So if you're feeling kind of cool and yelling is not going to happen, try these things to keep you in a good place. If you're starting to warm up, try these. If you're already hot and bothered and the yell is just about to burst out, try this tip. So I'd say it's different than all parenting books, and I don't even think I'd call it a parenting book. It's really a memoir / parenting guide / personal journal.
I love that. I mean, and it's not even, I know that this started off for not yelling at your kids, but it really is an overall life-changing calm, I think, that comes about because when you're more present, you're more focused and more calm, I think. And I think that this type of a book would affect your life overall.
It absolutely does. I mean, the first year on my challenge, when I was really 110% focused, I would say it's one of the best years of my adult life, hands down. And that year I had a lot of hiccups. My youngest son was having seizures quite regularly. We were worried there was a brain tumor. So it was a very tumultuous year, but the calm that I had achieved by learning to not yell and be more aware of myself really kept me in a good place despite everything that was going on. And that's not to say since it's not calm. It definitely feels better, and there's so much I'm doing less of. I'm not dwelling. I'm not ridiculing myself yet, as much. I'm not picking on the kids as much. I'm not picking on my husband as much. And so the calm is really, it's grounding. It's helping me move on from tough moments. And I've been handed a bunch of tough moments since this journey began, and it's cheesy, but I really thank the Orange Rhino, even though it's me, for helping me kind of survive these last few years.
I think it's beautiful, and I don't think that you should be calling yourself cheesy. You are an inspiration. You're a mom with 4 kids, and you have taken something that was important to you, and you've turned it into something that's bigger than you, really, even though it is you that started it. But I mean, it's a business. It's you've turned it into a book and a site that people can't live without. It's you went with your passion and you've succeeded. And how amazingly beautiful is that?
It is wonderful, and it's a great point you make. I mean, people always tell you that don't choose a job, choose what you love, and that will make you successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing right here with learning to not yell. We all love our kids. That is our passion. And I believe if we really remember that and remember that we're learning to yell less because of our commitment to our kids and our commitment to ourselves and loving ourselves, I think we will be successful. And I have to believe that. It's really hard to stop yelling. It's not, switch of the light and you're not a yeller. It's a journey. But I think we all can succeed.
But it's even more than that too, because you turned it. You're parenting and you're frustrated and you're making dinner and kids are yelling and arguing and under your feet, and all of a sudden you're going to drop and do push-ups, or you're going to bang your chest like Tarzan, and all of that. You've turned parenting into being goofy as well, which is awesome and so much fun. And I think it's all good.
Thank you. It is. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, I took something very serious and daunting that no one wants to go after, and I tried to make it fun. There's a great quote, which I'm not going to get right, but it's like mostly it says, "I succeeded because I had fun while doing it." And it is. It didn't feel like a chore. So many, like going on a diet. I'm on one for the umpteenth time. It feels like a chore. It's not fun. Learning to not yell by a lot of books, it's not fun. But I found a way to make it fun, and I think that's what kept me going and kept me not quitting. Because it wasn't standards, like go take a deep breath. Oh, do not tell me to not take a deep breath. Instead, eat frozen grapes and pretend it's a glass of wine at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just have fun with it.
Well, I want to hear some more fun tips and more details about how we can get the book, but we need to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is Danielle from Healthy Mamas for Happy Families with your simple health tip of the week. We all know eating breakfast is a surefire way to have a healthy day. 2 simple ways I boost the health of my family's breakfast are to always include fresh fruit or even vegetables and some sort of protein like nuts, seeds, or eggs, and they'll be satisfied all the way to lunch.
Why does that keep happening?
I don't know.
doing a radio show,
What?
transferring money. No, I forgot to do something. Andy just texted me. If I don't do it now, I will forget, and then I'll want to yell. So. Is this exciting stuff right now?
I know, because you can't even
I
hear
can't
what's
hear,
going
that's
on.
the other
That
thing.
so stinks.
Like
You're
when I'm
hearing a
editing it,
one-sided
it makes more
conversation.
sense. But like,
Oh.
Yeah, it's totally. Do you want headphones?
no, it's
Are you
fine.
good?
That's why I said
Maybe
before,
like,
literally
maybe
all
like,
we hear is, yeah. That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
maybe in the future it'd be cool, just to like, so I can like hear what's going on, so I
Yeah.
can.
Well, these headphones work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll have to figure something out.
Doesn't
We
matter.
could
for
call
now.
up Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get some beats.
Wireless.
We'll get you some wireless beats. Somehow hook that all up. You hearing that, Dr. Dre? We'd like some wireless beats for our station.
I
Please.
thought you were looking in there.
I
was
did
like,
too.
I looked straight at the camera because I expect that Dr. Dre is going to be watching
He's
this and
at
he's going to
the
send us some
station?
beats. Or maybe it'll be Apple now that
Like,
people
yo, I'm
have
trying
it.
to figure out what moms are doing in the South Shore.
Daddy business.
Andy jokes about doing like a daddy business segment. I think that we should.
A what?
A daddy business segment.
Do it
Love
for
it.
Father's
Like a
Day.
Have the husbands do it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
seriously.
Father's Day.
It's awesome.
Whatever day
When
that
is
falls
that?
on. I think it's a Sunday, isn't it?
It is a Sunday.
Mother's
Yeah,
Day and
that's
Father's
the
Day
guy
on
that-
I don't know if I
Sundays.
can be live. I have my niece's dance recital on Father's Day. So bizarre. But I love you, Nat, and we'll be there.
Put your headphones on.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a bank transfer right now. I'm a little busy. You're listening to Mommy Business. Find more tips online at mommybusiness.net. And we're back. Thanks for staying with us. Although, why would you want to go away? We're talking with the Orange Rhino, and everyone needs tips from the Orange Rhino. So, Sheila, we've only got a handful of minutes.
Yes.
If you could share with us information about your book so that we do not forget to put that out there. So the name of it is Yell Less, Love More.
Yep.
Correct?
It's Yell Less, Love More, How the Orange Rhino Mom Stopped Yelling and How You Can Too. You can buy it. I'm not allowed to show preferential treatment, but you can buy it at all the big online retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. And also, if you go to my website, theorangerhino.com, and you see the picture of the book, if you click on it, it will take you to my publisher's site, which then can direct you to whichever online book avenue you want to use to buy the book.
Excellent. And now we can pre-order this, right? And it's important to do that?
Yes, please pre-order. Let's have a pre-order party. Pre-orders will really help get the book out there even more, and that is my goal, not just as a businesswoman, but again, I really want to help people. So you can go online, even the book's coming out in October, you can pre-order it today, and actually a lot of the times you'll get a lower price than the day it actually hits the shelves. So pre-order it today, tell all your friends, just get out there and order that book, please.
Now, I joked to Jen through the break, pre-order, because if you go to order it and it's sold out, you're going to be mad and you're going to want to yell. But I'm dead serious. I mean, if I waited, because sometimes I mean to do something and I forget. So if I waited and then I went to order it and it was out of stock, I would be really upset. I would be disappointed and I would want to yell. So go pre-order that book.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Sheila.
No, I was going to say it's actually a really good point, because what I'm probably going to do when the book comes out is lead like an online book club that goes right along with the book, so everyone who just got it can do a 30-day challenge together.
Ooh.
I
So
love that.
definitely, you do want to have the book in that first week.
I mean, it really is. It does make sense. I was saying earlier that I do pre-order books because if I don't do something when I'm thinking of it, I don't do it. And I mean, so I'm just going to throw this out there for Mommy Business. I think that not only is this a great book to pre-order, but you should probably buy one for your friends as a gift. You said it's coming out October 1st, so that's the perfect time to start holiday shopping.
Yeah.
And this is a great gift. So and I really do mean that. I am going to pre-order it, and I think that it's just a beautiful thing when you order something and then months later it comes to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. It's such a good bonus.
It is, and it's actually, it's back to school. I don't know about you guys, but by the end of the summer, I love my kids, but we're all ready to throttle each other. And it's really the perfect time to refocus. Everyone's getting new routines going in the family. It's a perfect time to get kind of the Orange Rhino challenge as part of your daily lives.
I love that. Now, so where can we find you to give us all your information?
I would say the best place to go is theorangerhino.com. That's where you can learn about the private community, you can learn about the book, you can read whatever my latest insight about yelling is, and also I have a link to my online store where I sell Orange Rhino bracelets, stress balls, and keychains, just to, again, help everyone surround themselves with orange.
I love that. I was looking at your store earlier, and they're all so cool, too, because it's just another reminder, as you were mentioning earlier,
yes,
to not yell.
I'm hoping to find the time. I really want to do Orange Rhino reusable grocery bags because grocery shopping is a nightmare, especially when you're at the checkout aisle and they have the candy right there screaming at my kids, and that's where I'm so tense. So if I looked, instead of like the generic plastic bag, if I saw this little Orange Rhino hanging out by the milk, I think it would help me stay calm. So that's in the works.
Yeah, and hey, while you're doing that, maybe like a really like a big canvas, like like an L.L. Bean style tote. Make me one of those.
Oh,
I would buy
like that.
3 of them. Like right now, I'll pre-order them from you.
Oh,
That's
I
what I
like
want.
that.
Yep.
I also am thinking about a water bottle, and it could just say "chill out" because I drink water a lot through the day. It's actually one of my tips.
You need to partner up with. See, we're gonna get into some business stuff, but you need to partner up with Life Factory. Do a special Orange Rhino edition.
In Mommy Business.
Yes, in Mommy Business.
There you go. I'll add it to the list.
We're gonna be chatting a little bit later this week. So we're running out of time. If you had to leave us today with one tip to inspire us for the next week, in addition to the one that we played at the beginning of the show, what would you say? What would you say to moms and dads who are feeling like there's no way I could do this?
Oh, only one. I would say 2 things mostly for people starting. First of all, take care of yourself, because if you're in a good place, you're more apt to be able to control your yell. It is not selfish to stop and take a mommy or a daddy break. It's absolutely necessary. And then second, I would say if you're just starting out, don't worry about not yelling at all. Just focus on turning your body away and yelling at an inanimate object, whether it's the freezer, the toilet, a closet, just so you can start training your body to not yell at your kids. And then after that, as you turn around, just instead of yelling out mean words, yell out like an "ah!" And then pretty soon you'll realize that you can control your anger and your yell, and you won't be as tempted to yell because you can do it.
Well, thank you. I think that people are going to find that helpful. I know we did not have time to talk too much about triggers, so we may have to have you on to talk about that, or maybe you can share some info online with us about some of your top triggers or moms and dads' top triggers. But thanks so much for being available to chat about this. Everyone should go online right now and order Yell Less, Love More by Sheila McCraith.
Thank you.
And congratulations. Truly.
Oh, thank you. I really I appreciate it. I'm sure part of the reason my name got out was talking with you all. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you
we
so
love
much.
We love what you do, and we feel really grateful to have you in our lives and on our show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, have a great day. Thanks
Take
so much
care.
for tuning in to Mommy Business.